if you're using personal credit cards to run your business, you need to switch over to business credit cards now. And here's the thing. I get why you're using your personal credit cards, because you're under the false traditional notion that, hey, in order for these financial institutions to give us any type of funding, or to give you any type of funding for your business, you have to be making $1 million in business. You have to have 100 people working up under you. You have to be in this big skyscraper building somewhere in your neighborhood, in the most prestigious neighborhood. So you're under that false notion that you have to have it figured out, right? Everything has to be perfect in order for these financial institutions like a Chase Bank to give you any type of funding for your business. And I'm here to tell you that's 100% false. So let me tell you on how you can achieve this, how you can go inside of a bank to get funding without making millions of dollars, without having 100 members, without being in a big building somewhere, right? You can just go in as yourself. You yourself can be your own employee, and you can go get massive amount of credit or funding with some of these banks. So let's dive into it. Now, here's the thing. You want to stop using your personal credit to run your business, because not only you're going to have personal expenses, but also you're going to have business expenses. You don't want to commingle your funds. That's number one. I'm not going to get into that because that's something for your accountant to tell you, and I'm neither a financial advisor. This is just advice, or I'm not a professional tax preparer. So I'm definitely not going to get into any of that. Now, here's what I would say. Life happens. You're going to have things that you need to pay for. Your daughter, your son graduates from school, your brakes went out in your car. So you're going to use your credit cards for some type of emergency. All right. You're just going to use them, period. Now you got to run. You have operating expenses on your business side. So now you have to use your personal credit cards to run your business. And what's going to happen is, as you continue to use your credit card, it's going to be tougher and tougher and harder for you to get caught up. So you're going to find yourself in a financial hole where you're going to stress yourself out. Trust me, I know. So, and what's going to happen is your personal credit is going to take a hit. That's what's going to happen. Your personal credit is going to take a hit. Why? Because there's something that's called credit utilization, debt to credit ratio, where the more and more you spend on your personal credit cards, the lower your personal credit is going to be. Why? Because your credit utilization is going to be extremely high. It's going to be over that 30%. 30% is average. Let's tackle that. 30% is average. You want to be 10% or lower. 30% is what, I don't know, these idiots banks or somebody else told you to make sure your credit card 30%. No, you want to make sure your credit utilization is 10% or lower, right? I have a whole video on that. You can watch that video. Go through my playlist, watch that video, how to master your credit cards and your credit utilization. So it's going to affect your credit utilization. If you don't know, credit utilization makes up 30% of your credit profile. It's the second biggest key component that makes up your FICO score. It's right after your payment history. So your payment history is 35%. Your credit utilization is 30%. That's 65% right there that makes up your FICO score. And you wonder why your credit score is so low. It's in the toilet because your credit utilization is way up there. All right, so I'm going to leave it there when it comes to credit utilization. But it's definitely affecting that. Now, what's the solution? Let me give you some type of solution on what you can do if you have personal credit cards and you're running your business, right? The easiest way is to transition to business credit cards. So let me break this down. Let me unpack it. If you have a personal credit card, let's say with US Bank, and let's say you have a $10,000 with US Bank personal credit card, and the best way is to go into US Bank and get a unsecured business credit card. Preferably they're platinum, because that has 0% interest for 18 months. You already have a relationship with US Bank. It's going to make it 10 times easier for you to go get that unsecured business credit card with 0% interest for 18 months. And now that you have a personal credit card with them for $10,000, you have a relationship with them. And let's say you've been making your payments on time, you've been keeping your credit utilization low because you hit that like button, you subscribe to my channel, so you understand how a credit card works, or you join my community with Patreon, right? So, which is a link in the description, so make sure you do that if you want to learn more about this. Quick plug. But all seriousness, you have that relationship with US Bank. So now you can go to US Bank and ask for an unsecured business credit card. Now that you have $10,000 with them, they're going to give you a $20,000 unsecured business credit card with them. Because you build that rapport. That's super important. Having a relationship with a financial institution will open up doors way more than you just going to US Bank and they don't know you from a can of paint and you just saying, hey, I need some money. No, you haven't built that relationship with them. So go in there and ask for their unsecured business credit cards. Now you might be thinking, hey, well, again, I'm not making $1 million in my business. I'm a startup. Why would they give me any type of funding? Well, because your business is properly structured. You have an LLC, you have a virtual office, you have a professional business phone number, you have a professional email address, right? You list your business in a public record so they can find you, right? You properly structure your business. You have a registered agent, you have an operating agreement, you have an EIN. So you have all these things in place. So now your business in position. Now, by the way, now that your business is properly structured, you add a business credit trade lines to your business credit profile. So now you have a business credit profile with Experian, Equifax, and a Dun & Brad. So you have a good paydex number, which most lenders don't care about. If you've been following me, you should know that by now. Your paydex score is practically meaningless to most banks, to practically all banks. So understand that they care about your Experian and Equifax more than anything. But you added the proper trade lines that's going to build that up. And you have a good personal credit profile. So you take your business and you take your personal credit, you put the two together, and you go to US Bank and you go get their unsecured business credit card. And you have a relationship with them. You hitting all the data points. Now the question becomes, London, do I need a business plan? No. Do I need tax returns? No. Do I have to be in business for 2 years? No. Because you're going in there and you're asking for the right product. You're not asking for a business loan. You're asking for unsecured business credit cards. Are you tracking? Which you can use stated income and you can also project your income. This means you don't have to show no proof of income. It's unlike a business loan where you have to walk in there, you have to have all your documents, you have to show a elaborate business plan, you have to show tax returns, you have to show financial statements like P&L statements, you have to show bank statements, you have to show all these things, paycheck stubs, right? All these things, which you should have already in your business, right? If you're running a business, you want to have this stuff lined up because eventually when you start getting real funding and real money, or different types of financial products, those documents need to be in order. So you should be doing this anyway. But as a startup, you're not going to have this. I don't care if you have heavy cash flow. If you don't have that longevity in your business, you're not going to have these documents because you haven't been in business for two years and long enough to file your taxes. So that's how you go get transition to a personal credit card to a business credit card by properly structuring your business. Your personal credit card in position, you have the certain data points. For example, you have the US Bank credit card already on the personal side. You have the Chase credit card already on the personal side. So you have all this data already on your personal credit profile. So stop using your personal credit. You only need about 3 to 4 personal credit cards. That's it. Now you could transition to business credit card. You don't have to use your personal cards anymore. Are you tracking? You don't have to use your personal. Once your personal credit profile is in position, that's it. Put it on the shelf. Throw it away. Keep it there. Make it look pretty as possible. Now start using your business credit profile moving forward, such as business line of credit, equipment loans, term loans, unsecured business credit cards, secure business credit cards. You want to use your business, not the personal. You're just using the personal to get the business, and now those business accounts is going to report on your personal credit profile. I mean, it's going to report on your business credit profile and not your personal credit profile. So this means it's not affecting your debt to income ratio, or it's not affecting your debt to credit ratio. So this means you can constantly get more money from the banks because they looking at your credit profile and they understanding that, hey, your credit utilization is low, your debt to income ratio is low. So your DCSR, your debt service ratio is low. That's the whole point of why you want to transition. Then not to mention your person, your benefits is much better when you're dealing with business credit cards. This means your cash back is better. Your reward points is better. Things of that nature is way better when you're dealing with business credit cards as opposed to dealing with personal credit cards. All right, guys, that's my rant. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you want more of this information, if you want access to my exclusive content, go ahead and be a part of my community. The link in the description. Go ahead, hit the link and be part of my community. And I'll teach you more in there. We go live in there, and I'll see you again. Peace.